What's going on, dudes and dudettes? Yes, been a bit more busy. Haven't finished that other video. Still coming along here and there for other news that's been happening. But I just wanted to get something up for tomorrow so that you guys could get at least a sense of what I think the Lakers are going to end up doing during the draft, because it's obvious now that they're not going to have their 4th overall selection. It's going to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis, but within that trade, with some other trade or getting rid of players like Moritz Wagner, Isaac Bonga, and Jeremiah Jones' contract, those three, they could be switched out for second-round picks or just be able to save money to buy second-round picks in this year's draft. That way it doesn't go against your cap because they're minimum players. They're not even going to get paid over $1 million the next 2 to 3 seasons as long as you keep them. But I believe this is the way the Lakers are going to go. Hopefully they can get at least 2 to 3 of these guys instead of just one, and still having to fill out so many roster spots with a lot of things that people don't really know about. Like, I'm still not even 100% sure of how this whole roster thing's going to break down, because if they want to trade those 3 guys away, then you're basically hoping to get three same guys back again, just cheaper and younger, and then you're still only going to have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kyle Kuzma, and you're going to have about 23 to 30, depending on how many things happen between now and July 6th, pretty much, when the trade becomes official. Depends how much cap room you're going to have, and millions of dollars to sign guys, and if any of those guys want to separate them up. But pretty sure once free agency comes up beginning of July, maybe I'll have another video saying who the Lakers should pick. But let's get on to the rest of this video. So these are just, like, I believe 13 guys that could be selected within the second round, as long as the Lakers get draft picks. Hopefully more than one. Looking at 2 to 3 of these guys could already come in and help right away. You already know I looked for that the last couple years, and the Lakers did pick one of them, but they missed out on a lot of guys, in my opinion. We're ready. Let's get to the rest of this stuff, and hopefully you guys enjoy this quick video. One of the guys I'm really high on is Ethan Happ, a guy that the Lakers did try to work out and look at last year, but he decided to go back for his senior year at Wisconsin. But very tall guy, 6'10", can move the ball good around the court, finishes a lot inside, so really don't know about his jump shot, but he's a good playmaker. He can pass very good in there as well, but has a great post game, and definitely a guy who can give some rest to Anthony Davis if and when he officially joins the team, but definitely a guy I like. A guy who's been on the college scene for a few years now. He went to Texas Tech till he's a senior, but he's a very good shooter, as you can see right there, but very good three-point shooter, good off the dribble. Led that team all the way to the championship as well, but he's a good defender, but definitely is pesty and can shoot the wide open 3, which is very important for the Lakers, and they're lucky to have any of these guys, like how I said. But he's definitely a guy that I really like that can contribute right away. You don't have to wait for him to come up, and just definitely a very easy transition for Mooney, in my opinion. Carson Edwards is a guy who went off in the tournament a lot. He did show some ability throughout the year, but he showed off his three-point shooting and making ability from out there, even being contested, as you can see, by the team that went on to the championship game. But like I said, Lakers need three-point shooting. This is a cheap way to get it, and he's a pretty built guy even for his short size, and could play probably point guard or the 2 guard. So either way, it's a good option and cheap, like how I said. But once again, need shooting, 3-pointers, and this guy is tough enough to do that for the Lakers. Alright, Shamori Pons. This guy's been annoying me for the past few years now that Duke has been playing them, but he did pull off that upset a year or 2 ago against Duke, and where he went off, and you kind of thought he was going to leave for the NBA at that time just because of that game, but stuck around for another year. Did still perform pretty well. Obviously has a lot of tools, can shoot stuff off the dribble, very consistent shooter, and can make stuff outside. As you can see, plays defense as well. Just one of those tough guys you need. And he can be picked up in the second round might end up falling out, but you just never know with these smaller guys. But some teams might take a chance on them, like a Javon Carter last year from West Virginia that Memphis took on, even though I wanted the Lakers to get, but definitely a guy you need on your team. Daniel Gafford's only intriguing because he's a guy who was a freshman last year who people thought could be a top pick and even a first rounder that the Lakers should look at, but he decided to go back for another year. And the fact that he chose Arkansas as well kind of questions his integrity as to why he would choose a school that probably wasn't going to be as good, or it may be in the tournament. But he is a tall guy, is a wannabe shot blocker. Obviously, he can throw down lobs and stuff, but pretty sure he's only going to get picked because of his athleticism and blocking defensive ability. But it is inconsistent from what it seems, but you always need a guy like that to back up Anthony Davis at some point. Maybe a guy who slips because of his inconsistency into the second round, which obviously all these picks is where the Lakers are going to do, so that's what I think. Tremont Waters, again, a guy who was pretty consistent throughout the year for how young he is, but didn't really show out that much, and then did kind of have a coming out party while he was in the NCAA tournament, which is always pretty good to showcase your stuff because a lot more eyeballs are on you, and obviously you can see how good of a passer he is, making those guys like Nas Reed and everybody else a lot better. But you like him just for that, his passing ability. He can shoot and make shots, drives very good right there. Just another guy who's very consistent and can get on a hot streak as well if you need him to. And the Lakers definitely need point guards and guards all around at some point because they have too many forwards, not enough forwards as well, but definitely a guy to look at in the second round. Kai Bowman here is very versatile, a taller point guard that he played in Boston College, but could be moved to the shooting guard as well, looks like, but can definitely shoot off the dribble. Like I said, has that size in order to play defense as well. Did a big upset on Duke a couple years back. That's why I'm obviously looking at him to be a killer on the Lakers, but he is pretty consistent at times when he's healthy. Can do a lot of stuff. He's gonna get in there, and no matter who it is, he's gonna go attack them, which is what you want. Not any of these younger guys to be afraid, and definitely a guy the Lakers should look at. Surprised at a guy who's a pretty good shooter and playmaker off the national championship team is pretty much getting picked late in the second round and almost going undrafted at times. He does have a pretty good consistent shot. I mean, his one shot is the main reason why they made it to the championship game, that three-point shot, and showed he can do stuff off the dribble as well, even for how young and kind of thin he is. But as long as you get him an open shot, which is what he's gonna most likely get while playing with LeBron and Anthony Davis and Kuzma, he's definitely a guy the Lakers should look at just because of his three-point making ability, which is what Lakers are trying to find, no matter if it's free agents or rookies. And this is a guy that apparently not a lot of people are high on, but can get him and sneak him at any point in the second round, and hopefully they can get some picks or buy him when they can. Grant Williams had some big time games in the tournament as well, but throughout the whole entire year he was pretty consistent. I believe he was the SEC Player of the Year again, which is pretty good, but yet he's still being selected in the second round or later just because of his age pretty much. And obviously you can see with that big frame he still has a lot of athletic ability to play defense and can shoot the ball pretty good as well. Scores you at least 10 to 15 points coming off the bench easily, I think. Just so as long as he's there, Lakers have a second round they can buy and purchase and trade for, then they should definitely do that. And this guy's already seasoned and been a couple years in college, and it's a no-brainer in my opinion. Obviously, once these guys are not playing against, I don't know what that was, are not playing against Duke anymore, I wouldn't mind them on my team just because I know how good and pesty and how good they performed against Duke, and they seem to be good fits as to what the Lakers would need. This guy is pretty good defender, but he is also a pretty high percentage three-point shooter as well, which is pretty much what we're doing here for the Lakers. And yes, Justin Robertson out of Virginia Tech is a good fit in the second round, I believe. Tyus Battle is another guy, point guard slash shooting guard, but a guy who was looking to come out this year to see, or I'm sorry, last year to see after his rookie and freshman year, but didn't turn out that way, so he went back for another year. Did get a little bit better, but it's kind of the same old person that you're going to get, a guy who can knock down shots sometimes, can play defense with his athleticism, does have some vertical leap there, but sometimes inconsistent. But if the Lakers had to choose and take a chance on a guy, whether it was in a late second round pick or undrafted, pretty sure they would look at him, because I believe they did some testing with him last year when he was looking to get drafted and stuff, so they kind of have their information on him already. But it seems to be a good logical pick when it's late or coming into rookie undrafted. Dedrick Lawson here is a guy who want defensively, as you can see right there, but ability to make shots even at his size 6'9", he can get in there, do some stuff like that. A little bit thicker, wannabe Kyle Kuzma a bit, just maybe not as consistent with the jump shot right now, but can do some stuff on the perimeter at times, can spread the floor a little bit, but definitely want him down there to get rebounds or score against smaller guys. And for his athleticism on defense as well, you want him, but a guy who projected to go late in the second round, so whether you use a pick on him or hope that he goes undrafted and try to sign him there, it's another way to go for him as well. Luguentz Dort is a pretty intriguing player just because he's a freshman guy, shown the ability to play defense and has some size and can finish inside and do a lot of stuff, but he is a freshman and wasn't really high on some stuff like coming out of high school or anything like that, so he kind of came out of nowhere, but did thrive pretty well in Arizona to get them at least ranked at that time, and showed he could do a lot of stuff, a bigger point guard slash shooting guard as like a lot of these guys, but can play to use his athleticism on defense or offense. But he is a guy who can maybe sneak into the first round, but if he's available in the second, of course you would want the Lakers to go after a guy like this, but you never know. Sometimes teams might fall in love with a guy like this and take him in the late first round, but definitely a guy to look at. There you have it. It's at least a few guys the Lakers could look at, hoping that they get a few of these second round picks, whether it comes in trades or have enough money to buy these guys, which is what you can do. You could buy second round picks, what teams like the freaking Warriors have done. That's why they always seem to have one or two rookies on their team, because they need to save up money. Pretty sure that's the way the Lakers are going to have to go right now. It's what happened when LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh all went together. They had a bunch of guys on very small deals and one-year deals, so it's going to be this crap all over again, and hopefully it can go right. There's a lot of good secondary players that aren't the main guys, like Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, all those other guys, Kawhi Leonard. You know, it's better to separate that 20-something to $30 million and maybe 3 to 4 guys, instead of just spending it all on one guy and then hoping guys will come at a way cheaper price than what they're probably going to get somewhere else, when a lot of teams have a lot of money this offseason. But thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Of course, getting a little bit excited. Hopefully I can make it back for the draft at some point tomorrow, but should be starting like around 4 or 5-ish. I usually say around 5, because if it says certain time when it's a sports thing, they usually do half an hour to an hour pre-thing before that. So if you guys want to watch and see how it's done, tune in for a little bit. It does get a little bit dragged on, but I don't know, for some reason I just love that stuff. It's like watching a old time movie, in my opinion. But like I said, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Hopefully the Lakers don't screw things up as they normally have, and have a great rest of your day.